Dr. Gary Moore, Director of Science at the Brooklyn Botanical Gardens, gives a tour of his favorite spot.
In the native flora garden, there are a number of different habitats that have been recreated, and everything that's here grows within a 100-mile radius of New York City. We have Turk's cap lilies that are here, which are a very showy native lily, and they're blooming this time of year. Some stands or some specimens of this I've seen in the wild have up to like 40 flowers on them. Those are bleeding hearts, wild bleeding hearts. They actually do extremely well, and they spread in the garden. I doubt that he planted them there. We have one of our showy milkweeds here, which is called butterfly weed. Sometimes we use the native flora garden or other places in the garden to try and conserve rare plants. This is a plant known as coast violet, Viola bretoniana, and it grows from Maine down to North Carolina in coastal areas, and it's a fairly rare plant throughout its range, and it's listed as a rare plant in New Jersey. This particular material came from a site in New Jersey that was threatened with development. It was along a railroad track that was being reactivated, and so everything was being altered around the railroad track where the plants had become established. And so we took some seeds and material from that area and brought them into the garden. And this plant's doing exceptionally well here in the native flora garden. And it too has spread into different areas where it wasn't originally planted.
Is that why it's planted with the guardrail around it?
Yeah, the cages help to keep different animals from eating it. The plant isn't going anywhere. This area here, just this general area, is known as the Pine Barrens section, and it's one of the more unique areas in the metropolitan flora area. It's comprised of sandy soils when you're in the Pine Barrens. Lots of unique plants grow in the Pine Barrens. A lot of fire ecology associated with the Pine Barrens. So a pretty special area in our native flora, and also one of the more popular areas in the native flora garden.
But you never set fires to clear any brush?
No.
There are many studies about the effect of soil, water, and air quality on plants, but one curiosity about the environment remains.
What about noise pollution?
I never really thought about noise pollution.
Do you think talking to plants helps?
I doubt it.
This is Andrea Murad reporting from the gardens in Brooklyn, New York.